In this lesson, we are going to answer a series of multiple choice questions. If you have the booklet with these questions, I would suggest you go through and try and answer them first before we go through them together. Which are corresponding angles? Now remember, corresponding means in the same relative position. So if we look at these, A and E are corresponding angles. They're both above the transversal to the left of their parallel line. B and C are vertically opposite. D and F are same side interior, and D and E are alternate interior. So the answer here was A. Which are alternate interior? Well, A and E are corresponding. B and C are vertically opposite. D and F are same side interior. D and E are alternate interior. They are in between the parallel lines on the opposite side of the transversal. So the answer here is D. Which angles are vertically opposite? A and E are corresponding. B and C are vertically opposite. They are directly across from each other at a common point. So the answer is B. In C, D and F are same side interior, and in D, D and E are alternate interior. So the answer was B. Which angles are same side interior? That means they're on the same side of the transversal in between the parallel lines. A and E are corresponding. B and C are vertically opposite. D and F are same side interior. So the answer is C. D and E were alternate interior. Which angles are alternate exterior angles? Well, A and E are corresponding. B and G are alternate exterior angles. They are on the outsides of the parallel lines on the opposite side of the transversal. C and F are alternate interior, and D and F are same side interior. So the answer here is B. If angle D equals 100, what is the measure of angle E? Well, angle D and angle E are alternate interior angles, and we know that alternate interior angles are equal, so therefore angle E must be 100 degrees, which is B. If angle A equals 100, what is the measure of angle D? Well, A and D are vertically opposite angles, and we know that vertically opposite angles are equal, so therefore angle D must be 100 degrees, which is answer B. If angle B equals 80 degrees, what is the measure of angle F? Angle B and angle F are corresponding angles. We know that corresponding angles are equal, so angle F must be 80 degrees, which is D. Angle D equals 100, what is F? D and F are same side interior angles. Those are supplementary, which means they add to 180 degrees. So angle F would be 80 degrees, which is D. Angle D is 100. We want to know what the measure of angle C is. D and C are supplementary angles. They form a straight line. So angle C needs to be 80 degrees, which is D. D is 100. What is G? D and G don't have a direct relationship. So there's different ways we need to go about this. We can look at D and E are alternate interior angles, which means they are the same. So angle E would have to be 100 degrees. E and G are supplementary. They form a straight line. So if E is 100 degrees, G would have to be 80 degrees, which is D. What is the measure of angle X? Again, there's more than one way to get to this. What we have is parallel lines, and X and the measure of 46 degrees are alternate interior. They are both in between their parallel lines on the opposite side of the transversal, and alternate interior angles are equal, so the answer is A, 46 degrees. What is the measure of angle W? Angle W and the measure of 46 degrees form a straight line, so they are supplementary. So therefore you go 180 subtract 46 and you get 134, which is B. What is the measure of angle Y? Angle Y is vertically opposite to the 46 degrees, and vertically opposite angles are the same, so the answer is A, 46 degrees. What is the measure of angle A? This is getting a little more complicated type of question. If you look at the two parallel lines, A corresponds to the angle measure that is 112 degrees. Both of those angles are above their respective parallel lines to the right of the transversal. And corresponding angles are congruent, so angle A is 112 degrees, which is B. What is the measure of angle B? If you look at the two parallel lines and the angle of 55 degrees, 55 degrees and angle B are alternate exterior angles. They are outside of the parallel lines on the opposite side of the transversal. So angle B is 55 degrees, which is C. The measure of angle C in this case. Again, there's more than one way to get there. We could look at 48 degrees and angle D are corresponding. Corresponding angles are the same. So angle D is going to be 48 degrees. And then if you look at angle D and angle C, they are alternate interior angles on a different set of parallel lines. And alternate interior angles are equal, so therefore angle C must also be 48 degrees, which is answer C. The measure of angle B. All right, we can get to this a couple of different ways. One way is, if you look at the 48 degree angle and angle A, they are corresponding angles on the two outside parallel lines. They are both to the right of their respective parallel lines and above the transversal. So angle A is going to be 48 degrees. Angle A and angle B are corresponding with the different set of parallel lines. So therefore angle B is also going to be 48 degrees, which is C. Angle A, we have already just completed that one. Angle A corresponds to the angle that was 48 degrees, so it is also 48 degrees. EFS. EFS. We want to determine the measure of this angle. If you look at the angle measure that has the 45 degrees, it is alternate exterior to this angle that we are looking for. And alternate exterior are the same. Therefore, the answer is 45 degrees, which is C. YDQ. Right here. YDQ. If you look at the angle that is 115 degrees, we can work off of that one. They don't have a particular name. They are same side exterior. We don't have a relationship that we talked about with these. But there are a couple of ways we can get there. 115 degrees and angle D are alternate exterior angles. And we know that alternate exterior angles are equal. Therefore, the angle at D is 115 degrees as well, right here. We also then know that these two angles make a straight line, which are supplementary. So 180 subtract 115 is 65 degrees. So the answer is A, 65. NFE. NFE. FE. So this angle right here. This angle, we can work out it a couple of different ways. 45 corresponds to this angle here, so it is 45. These form a straight line, so they are supplementary. So 180 subtract 45 is 135, which is answer A. PQT. This angle right here. If we look at our parallel lines that we have a parallel line here and a parallel line here. Here is a transversal that cuts both of those parallel lines. Opposite side of the transversal, in between the parallel lines, are what we call alternate interior. So the angle would be 48 degrees, which is D. TRS. TRS. So what we are looking for is this angle here. So again, if we look at our parallel lines, we have a transversal right here that cuts them. We have our alternate interior angles, and alternate interior angles are the same. So the angle would be 54 degrees, which is C. QRS. What we have to do here is we have to consider what we just finished finding. We just finished finding the measure of this angle, and it was 54 degrees. So we can add those two values together, and we have 83 degrees, which is answer C. Are the blue lines parallel? Well, we have two angle measures of 101 degrees. Are those angle measures supposed to be equal? They are corresponding angles, and we know that if corresponding angles are the same, the lines will be parallel. So the answer is yes. Are these ones parallel? We are given same side interior angles. And same side interior angles need to add to 180 degrees. If you add these two values up, you get 170 degrees. So these lines are not parallel. Here, we are given alternate exterior angles. They are the same, and alternate exterior angles are supposed to be congruent, so these lines are parallel. Are these parallel? They are corresponding angle measures that are given. They are not the same, but corresponding angle measures of parallel lines must be equal, so therefore these are not parallel lines. What we have to do here is we have to work through this one. Vertically opposite would be 138. Same side interior must equal 180, and these equal 179, so they are not parallel lines. If two lines are parallel, then their corresponding angles formed by a transversal are equal. That is a true statement. If two lines are parallel, then their alternate interior angles formed by the transversal are supplementary. That is false. Alternate interior angles are equal. If the lines are parallel, then the same side interior angles are supplementary. This is true. Alternate interior are equal. Same side interior are supplementary. Vertically opposite angles are equal. That is true no matter whether they're parallel or non-parallel lines. So how well did you understand this lesson? And should you go back and maybe review the angle properties before we move on?